All right, let's take a look at our show you know. So we've got x divided by 4 minus 5 equals negative 7. Well, we're starting with x over 4. So in actual fact, this circle needs to be 1/4 shaded. So that's the full circle. If we call that x and divide it into by 4, we're going to have 1/4 of it shaded. Minus 5, so we've got 5 negative 1 tiles, and that is equal to negative 7. So we've got 7 negative tiles on this side. So in order to isolate our variable, which is our circle, we're going to add 5 gray tiles to both sides because we want to get rid of these 5 negative tiles. And we're going to create 0 pairs that way. So a dark and a light put together is a 0 pair, and they will then vanish. So then at this point, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negative tiles and 5 positive tiles on that side. And then we started with 7 over here of the negative tiles, but we've added 5 gray tiles to both sides. So we've added 5 here as well. So now that we've done that, we can see that these all pair up on the left, and we can take them away. We've got 5 0 pairs that can then vanish. And then on the right, as it turns out, we've got 5 pairs here as well that can all be taken out. Which means we're left with 1/4 of the circle, that's all that's going to be left on this side, is equal to, and then all that's left on the right hand side is 2 white squares. Now we need 4 of these parts of the circle to make up an entire x, so we're going to multiply both sides by 2. So this is 1/4 of x equals negative 2. That's where we started. If we need 4 times this to get a full circle, then we're going to multiply both sides by 4. So we're going to take 4 times this 1/4 x, and then we've got this negative 2, which I'm going to put in brackets, and multiply it by 4 as well. We have to multiply both sides by 4. Then when we do that, if we've got 4/4 of a circle, then we know that we have 1 whole circle. So we've got x on the left, and then 2 white tiles. If we do that 4 times, is going to give us 8 white tiles, which means we've got negative 8 on the right hand side. So that's how we do that. Now let's have a look at part B. X divided by 3 plus 1 equals negative 4. So we're going to start with a circle representing x, and we're going to break that into a third. So x divided by 3, and then we've got plus 1, so we've got 1 shaded in, and that's equal to 4 negative tiles. So in order to get rid of this positive tile that's over here, we're going to add a negative. And if we're going to do that on that side, we're going to do it on this side as well. And by doing that, we've created this 0 pair, which can be removed. So now we know that x divided by 3, which is all that's left once we remove the 0 pair, is 1/3 of the circle, is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white tiles, so that's negative 5. So now, if we have to multiply that by 3 to get from 1/3 of the circle to a full circle, then we're going to multiply both sides by 3, and that means then 1 full circle, or x, is going to equal 15 white tiles, so our answer is negative 15. Now we can do something very similar here on part C. We're going to start, we've got 3 positive tiles. That's the 3. And then we've got a k divided by 2. So I'm going to have a circle here that I'm going to draw I'm going to cut it in half and then fill in just half of it. So there's our k divided by 2. And that is equal to negative 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negative tiles. So here's our visual representation of our equation. 3 plus k over 2 equals negative 5. Now in order to get the variable by itself, we need to somehow get rid of these positive tiles. And we're going to do that by adding in 3 negative tiles. And if we do that on the left, then we need to do that on the right as well. So I'll add in 3 negative tiles. Now we've created some 0 pairs here that we can remove. So those 3 0 pairs vanish, leaving us just with the k over 2. Now on the right side we had negative tiles and then we added more, so we haven't created any 0 pairs, but that's okay. So now we've got k divided by 2 is equal to, and then there's 5, 6, 7, 8 white tiles which are negative, so it's equal to negative 8. So in order to get a full circle's worth, we're going to figure out what k is. We need to double both sides. And if we're going to do that, then we're multiplying the left by 2 and we're multiplying the right by 2. So then k, so one full circle, if you double this, well, if you double this, you've got 8 tiles, so you're going to end up with 16. So you end up with k equaling negative 16. And there's your solution.